Oh, I guess I'm live. Okay, it said one waiting. Is that my daughter? Well, anyway. So what I'm going to do, and since YouTube archives these, is I'm going to go ahead and do a quick live. I'm going to do all my stash ads. The winter weather's got the winter weather has got me, well, locked up in the house. And yeah, we'll get turn around here in just a second. And oh, good Lord, my eyebrows look like I'm pulling evil villain again. Anyway, so yeah, what it is the winter weather, well, has got a lot of people frozen in, and I'm bored and got some actual time. So I'm going to flip the camera around here in a second. I'm going to do showcase some of my recent stash ads, including Christmas. And I might even unbox a few things. I know there's a couple of tools here I can't wait to get a hold of. And so yeah, first we're going to go with this. I got my shirt. Hashtag Fiddlesticks. Which of course, we've got on our Redbubble with several others. We're working on some more designs. And yeah, this here is actually pretty comfy. I think this here's a 1X maybe, but it fits, it's comfy, and it's nice and warm. But that's first and foremost. I love this shirt, and I'm glad I got it for Christmas. So here in a second, I'm going to push the little button, get this here turned around, and we will start looking at some of the stuff I got recently, including Christmas. So just a second. Is this going to work? Ah, there we go. I hope that's still working. Let me know if I screwed that up, please. Oh, hi. All right, so real quick, we're going to start by opening up this spray work painting set from Tamiya. My daughter pointed out to me that I spend a lot of time actually coming up with creative ways for spray painting my stuff, including, well, cardboard boxes, coat hangers, you name it. It's just just one of those things that, um, well, I'm old school about. But she brought this got me this for Christmas is what it is, and I wanted to really open it up and take a look at it. Um, Let me see, hi Cam and hi, what is that, JC? Sorry, I need glasses. I need new glasses is what I need. And yeah, so you got the little instruction booklet. Tells you how to put it together. I figured it'd be pretty simple, something pretty easy to do. And why not? Well, one of those things I've always wanted. My daughter made sure I got it. If I can do this without looking like a total tool. There we go. What do they got going on here? Oh, well, they've got this bound with wire. Got these little clips held back with wire. So if you happen to get one of these, you've never had one, this is basically what you can expect. Uh-oh, I broke it. No, I didn't. Oh, wow, it's adjustable. That's too cool. Okay, so I get it. You can take that off and obviously readjust it, move it around. Let's get this side done. Then we'll take a look at some of the model kits. Listen to me, I'm just throwing things around. Alrighty. Evidently, the way you're supposed to be able to do this is then adjust this, like say something like this, and this is how you secure your model car bodies. That's actually pretty cool. So that actually works. And of course you have your clips, your basic clips. Let me see here. Okay. Your clips go in like this. Or it can go in like this. And evidently, you can swap these bits out. According to this, you can swap these bits out. Back and forth. So that's pretty cool. Can't wait to use that. Okay, and this here is another Christmas present. There's a stash ad. The AMT 1957 Chevy Belair. It's really weird. I'm going to point this out. I've been building models. Let me see. My first model was at 7 years old. And the last one was when I turned 19. And then I got back into it about 6 years ago. So what I've built the 55 Chevy Belair. I've built a 56 Belair. And I've built the 55 Nomad. But never once in my entire life of building models have I built the 57. So I'm looking forward to doing this. A friend of my daughter's actually wants me to do this up in a specific color, and I'll go ahead and do that and maybe give it to her when it's done. Simply because, well, I don't have a whole lot of shelf space. Not at the moment. Let's see here. Actual Christmas present. I got the 37 Ford pickup 2-in-1 from Revel. This here's actually a pretty heavy kit. And these here are some of the options they did up. I like the rusty or beat up look, but I like the all original. And I'm trying to determine myself precisely which way I want to go with this. I like the patina. I've got a thing for patina. I just, I love doing patina, as you can tell by some of my builds. But yeah, that's the 37 Ford. Now this one's an interesting kit. I have not seen the inside of a Star Trek um, model kit, a box, in decades. So getting this here for Christmas was actually pretty cool. I think I'm going to go ahead and do it up as the USS Grissom and the Klingon Bird of Prey, simply because this here is one of those movies I do enjoy. You know, that's my inner geek. It's one of those movies I do enjoy. I plan on, well, doing it up. Thinking the Bird of Prey is going to be in attack mode like that. And, well, as you can see, I've already opened it up. It's a pretty basic, pretty easy kit. You're supposed to be able to snap fit most all of this together because, I mean, it says it right there. It's a snap together model kit. But I'm one of those people. I really do enjoy. I want to make sure I have stability, so I'll make sure that it's glued together, primed and painted as best I can before applying all the decals. And it actually comes with the Aztec decal set in it. This here's from Polar Lights, which of course we all know is round two. And yeah, I kind of like the way this works out. The whole look here. The thing is I want to get into doing some of that. Well, if you've watched any of my videos, you know I do enjoy scratch building and or coming up with something creative. What I want to do is get some of these Star Trek kits and, well, butcher the kit because I want to, well, mix and match things, as it were. I want to get some Robotech kits, some, of course, the Star Trek, maybe some Star Wars kits, and do a little scratch building, a little mix and match. And I may even take some of these and add them to like modern day fighters and kind of make what if scenarios. You know, the whole concept of sci-fi fantasy meets steampunk, diesel punk, that kind of thing, which I'm still working on that diorama. I will get it done here before long. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting more done on this kit. And let's see here. I got some sanding sticks here. I've opened this. I've never seen sanding sticks like this. I did open them and take a look. Laraton or whatever it's called. I opened these and they are, let's see if I can get this thing. They've actually got wooden dowels and it's like I don't know, like they glued rough bits of rock or sanding paper or material to the ends. And I don't know, they're interesting. They've got I don't know, this here's like a 60 grit on one side and maybe 100 grit on the other. So I'll give these a try and I'll let you all know how well they work or how well they turn out. But you know, this here's a pretty good little collection of them. That was a Christmas gift. And this one here's from my son. Let me see if I can get this open. It's one of those personal paint, well, paint booth, paint, whatever you want to call it. It's got these here, the little alligator clips with the special little, uh, what is that? Yakub, big head scientist, was hidden. But okay. Um, anyway, this here, alligator clips with the plastic sheaths on the end for grasping parts. My kids said I did a whole bunch of these here. Just willy-nilly got them together so it would be really easy to do all the small parts or grasp things so I could paint them. Well, my youngest got me this little kit and it's got a whole bunch of these. And I'm guessing this boxed cube here is actually the base for it. Yeah, the weighted base for it. So you can sit here and allow things to dry. So it's one of those things that, much like the little paint stand here, I'm looking forward to getting to use for the first time. Well, there was a few other things I got for Christmas, stash ad wise. Um, well, not necessarily stash ad Christmas wise, but there were a few other things I got for Christmas. Oh, they're bendy. And watch me doing this. All kinds of messed up. Here we go. So now y'all have seen me open these. Okay, so I'm Gen X. I'm a product of the 70s and 80s. And growing up, I had my favorite TV shows. It was the A-Team, Chips. I did enjoy watching MASH, even though it was, well, I mean, I was still pretty young when MASH was still mid-series, but it was one of those things that I did watch it, but I didn't understand it at the time. And but yeah, so MASH, Chips, the A-Team, Knight Rider. I'm just a product of my youth. One of my favorite TV shows, though, was The Fall Guy. And when I found out that there was actually going to be a movie, my initial thought was, oh, great, they're going to ruin something, because it was one of my bits of childhood that I really, really enjoyed. And I was concerned that they were going to ruin it. And then I actually saw a couple of the previews for it, and I was actually pretty impressed. And it's like, okay, you know what? I actually want to see that. And I think the thing that really sold me in the previews was seeing the old, well, original truck when he walks through a garage. And I was like, okay, yeah, I look forward to seeing that. And then my kids, bless their heart, went to the theater and watched it in theater. And you know, yeah, I was a little salty, but I mean, it was no thing. It's one of those things. I'll wait until DVD or something comes out, and then I'll watch it then. Well, of course, it's been out for a while, and I had not yet touched it. Well, my daughter, she knows me so well, made sure I got a copy of The Fall Guy. And I am like over the moon ecstatic. Like, I'm almost fangirling over this. I'm looking forward to watching this. Um, Spoiler, I was told Lee Majors is actually in the movie, even though it's a short cameo. So that's actually one of those things I'm looking forward to actually. It's kind of like getting back to my childhood. So I'm looking forward to that. And again, of course, if you're one of those impacted by the current weather issues, I hope you're staying safe and staying warm. So far, I still have power. Clearly, I'm doing a live. And it's just one of those. I was bored and wanted to share some things with you. I did some stash ads. Maybe I'll do an unboxing before long. Speaking of memories, I did find a picture, and this was from the late 90s. If you live anywhere in the Waynesville, Missouri, Pulaski County area here in Missouri, um, and you've been around for any length of time, you will know what this here is. If you look close, it says Western Auto. This here's the famous Western Auto Fire of Waynesville, Missouri from way back in the 90s. It was late 90s. And believe it or not, at the time, I was on the volunteer fire department. I came in on that old American LaFrance engine right there. Um, I was for let's see, my dad and I were first to the station. One of the lieutenants showed up. He drove the engine. My dad drove the tanker. I got in the jump seat and I was ready to battle the fire. When we pulled up, one of the other guys was already here and he started pulling hose as I finished adjusting my SCBA. Then I went around, finished pulling the hose so he could grab an SCBA, and then we went in the front door. We didn't get too far in before well, all the paint cans and stuff started exploding and bouncing off of us and whatnot. So we backed out, and it turns out this Western Auto here on the square had a basement. So they said, why don't we go around and go in through the basement door and see what we could do? Well, we got maybe 8 feet in the door ish, give or take a little bit, and the ceiling started collapsing on us. And it was called Nope, and we backed out. I mean, there was a whole lot of nope. So we had it all set up. The way this block was constructed, they actually expected this whole block to go. If anything went up, they expected the whole block to go. Well, we aggressively attacked this thing. Uh, well, actually, I think the final total was like 430,000 gallons of water went into this fire, suppressing this fire and keeping it contained to this little structure. And the reason why I'm showing you this, and the reason why this here is so cool and kind of like a trip down memory lane for me, is because that little firefighter figure right there, laying on a hose and directing water down it through a hole, that's actually me. That's a very, very long time ago. I found this in some stuff from my dad's collection of photos and whatnot. I thought it was pretty cool and thought I would share it with you all. So real quick, let me see here. Okay, so in my previous video, I was talking about how I've played around with foam core and creating terrain pieces. It's one of those things I'm doing to improve skill-wise with making dioramas, especially for all the plastic models. And, eventually I will get to making actual set pieces, as it were, set pieces, doing up set pieces for the models, creating dioramas, making things interchangeable. And this here was done just, let's see, 2, maybe 3 years ago I did this up. And this here's just using foam core. And what I did was I mixed black with a little bit of Mod Podge, and I brush painted it black for a primer. And then once I had all that sorted, I made sure to start dry brushing it. The brickwork was actually scored in using pencil and a ruler, of course. And then I textured it using the rolled up aluminum foil trick and just kind of squishing it down and going over it. And I think this actually turned out pretty good. The reason why I was showing this in my previous video is because, of course, I've just completed the wooden 3D puzzle that I had gotten at Walmart of the pirate ship. And I had mentioned that there were several other 3D wooden puzzles that I wanted to get my hands on, one of which specifically is that castle. And I'm hoping to do up that one if I can find it at some point. I want to do up that castle and play around with it and see if I can't achieve this kind of look on that wooden, well, on that wooden puzzle. Because I, of course, with the pirate ship being a model builder, I couldn't just leave it bare wood. I couldn't just leave it as that. So what I did was mixing Gorilla wood glue and some of various colors. I created, well, you can go back and take a look. The pirate ship actually turned out pretty well. As a matter of fact, I think we just did a 2024 year in review, and you can see pictures of the pirate ship there. And I think the pirate ship turned out fabulous, even though I really wasn't going all out with it. But I think it turned out fabulous, and if you're a model builder like I am, I'm sure you could have an absolute blast with doing something creative with these 3D wooden puzzles. So that piece of terrain right there, that's what I'm looking at. I want to do something like that with the wooden castle, with the 3D castle. So I'm hoping to be able to do something like that. That'll be pretty cool, I think. So we'll move all these out of the way real quick. And I'm going to show you something I've been working on off and on here for a few moments. Oh. Okay, so I've done a lot of work trying to promote the downtown service station, promoting local. The downtown service station is a local, well, service station, gas station. You can do some light mechanical, get your oil changed, vehicle inspection, tires dealt with. It's actually a pretty family friendly atmosphere. It's family owned, and they're a great group of people. I really do enjoy getting in there. I did a model truck for them as a service truck. I did up the 53 Ford as a service truck with their logo because I happen to see their logo, and I love the look of the logo. Well, just recently, a couple months back, they acquired these. This here is like a special Christmas light set. You can hook in some clear bulbs to this. Actually comes with a light string, actually. and they light up. They're pretty cool. Now, they asked me if I would be able to do some, get rid of the shell and get their logo in place. Now, talking to William down there, he did say he had a plan for all of these. There are 20 of these. One of them specifically is going to get done up and made to look as accurate as possible as a um, old school gas station fuel pump. But the others are just going to be basic like this with their logo on it. So be sure to check out their Facebook page once all of this is done. And if his plans go through, I'm sure he'll announce it on their Facebook, and be sure to check that out. But it turns out that shell, let me see if we can do this and not blur. That shell logo is actually painted on. So I thought these were stickers. You would think these were stickers, but they're actually painted on. I've got about a third of them cleaned up, and that's, let me see here. Now this here's the one that I'm doing up that's going to look more like an actual pump. And as you can see, I mean, it cleans up pretty well. But of course, what I did is I got a hold of the people I trust to do all of my custom decal work. And it's STS scale model decals. So as you can see here, that is some fabulous, fabulous work. These logos here. And what my goal is, or what my plan is they're going to go on there and, well, in order to make sure these stand out really well, I'm going to mask this area off, prime it, and then paint it silver or silver chrome. So it's got at least kind of a rim going on, or a ring going on. That way the logos really, really pop once it's in place. And since there are 20 pumps, I asked for 60 of those logos, just in case I screw any up, of course. But you need 40 of them, and it'll leave 20 extras. So anyway, I'm going to move you back over here. Let's get turned around. There we go. So it's just me again, and so yeah, I said this was going to be a brief live. I don't know if 30 minutes is brief enough. Of course, the winter weather has me hashtag fiddlesticks. So anyway, let me see. Oh, okay. Never mind. So I know I'm not much to look at here, but anyway, it's winding down and we're almost 35 minutes in. So from that, I'll say hi to everyone and then I'll say bye. I'm Eric with His&Hers HHQ, and it was a pleasure hanging out, even just for a little bit. We will try to get some actual videos put together, and shortly, I again, still have several projects going on, several things, such as, well, it's way late now, but the Rust Bucket group build at this point, it's more of a build for me. Um, I'm finishing up a uh, Christmas build, which is way, way late. And then, of course, I'm uh, doing up the little gas pumps for the downtown service station here in Waynesville. And uh, I've got, let me see, I've got the 148 scale UH-60 Blackhawk that I'm doing up for my sister-in-law in memoriam of my brother. Can't believe it's been 6 months already since he passed. Uh, and then I've got her ship that I've got to finish up. Hopefully that'll get done before she moves. And then, well, hopefully both of those will get finished up. I'm looking for some specific 3D decals for that 48 scale Blackhawk, and then from there I'll get that done. Um, I went and spoke to his old unit, and I got a few paint supplies, actual caulk to paint it up with. So, I can't wait to get that one done. And then uh, her ship, I've I'm gonna go back. There's a guy I watch occasionally, the Midwest Model Shop, and he just did up the Missouri, the Battleship Missouri, and I love the way he did the hull plating on that. So I kind of want to do the same thing. I've seen pictures of her ship, and the hull plating looks like that, weirdly enough. So I want to kind of do something like that so it looks as real as possible. Then let me see. The helicopter, the ship, my stash ads. Um, if there's something um, I was my brain was there and now it's gone. Anyway, so I know my daughter is still watching because she's making sure I don't mess up. And that that being the case, I'm I'm going to call it quits. If you've stuck around long enough to see this, I really do appreciate it. And yeah, let me see if I can close it out here. I'm Eric with His&Hers HHQ. Have a good day. Nope. Nope. No. I can't close out. How do I do this? X button. Yep. There we go.